is a CCEA past paper question. We're looking at some of the statistics here, and this one's from September 2021. It's A2 applied, and this was just one of the practice papers. So we're looking at question 9. It's hypothesis testing involving the binomial distribution. So the manager of a basketball team believes they score on average 80% of their penalty shots taken in matches. However, the coach believes their form is better than that. He decides to test this hypothesis at the 5% level of significance. The coach keeps a record of penalty shots taken over a run of matches and notes that they score 46 out of 50 shots attempted. Carry out a hypothesis test to test if the coach's belief is correct. So we have our distribution, which is binomial. We have, let me see, so 46 out of 50. And then the probability then is 0.8, which is then kind of our 80%. We're going to let P be the probability of hitting their shot. So our H0 is the probabilities 0.8. The coach believes their form is better than that. So my H1, my alternative hypothesis then, is the probability then is greater than 0.8. So that's then going to be a one-tailed test, and that's then at the 5% level. So we want to test 46 to see if that's in our kind of top 5%. So we want the probability of x is greater than or equal to 46, and hopefully when we're practicing off at this, that's 1 minus the probability of x less than or equal then to 45. So we'll do this in the calculator in just a wee second. Just give me the calculator set up. So let's put our probability of x less than or equal to 45 then into the calculator. So menu 7, we want this one here, which binomial CD. I've sort of gone down there, can't really see it too well. So it's number 1. We want variable, which is 2. Our x value then is going to be 45. N value is 50, and then 0.8 then is our probability, and so we get 0.98150. So 1 minus that, again, if you put in your calculator, gives you 0.018497, I'm told, and that then is approximately equal to 1.85%. That then is the 3 significant figures. So 1.85% is obviously well within the 5% bracket in the one-tailed test, so there is sufficient evidence. So 1.85% is indeed less than the 5%, therefore there is sufficient evidence at 5% level that the players score more than 80%. On then to part 2. What is a critical value for the number of successful shots at this level of significance? So we're going to do the same here. So we did it there, that was for 46, and obviously that's well in there. So what about 45? What about 44? And at some stage that's going to cross the 5% mark, and that's where we want to kind of check it out. So we've done our 46. Probability of x greater than 46, and that was equal to 1.85%. What about the probability of x equal to 45? So that's going to be 1 minus the probability of x less than or equal to 44, and that's 1 minus, so let's see, so it's 44. 0.95197. Sorry to jump between calculators here, it's just easier then if you go 1 minus 0.95197, and that's then 4.8%. So that's still within it. That's the 45 one, so that's still within our 5%. Let's go to the next one and see what it takes us. So the probability of x less than or equal to 44. That's obviously 1 minus the probability of x less than or equal to 43. 1 minus. That's 80, 0.8966. And again, you work that out, and that then is around 10.3%. So there's a stage where we've kind of jumped across in between the 45 and the 44. So my critical value for the number of successful penalty shots at the 5% level is 45. If you hit 45, then that kind of changes it past the 5% level. So 45 then is my answer.